few themes really stood out in terms of how we can build back better from crises and strengthen long-term resilience. I'd like to highlight three that really stood out for me. The first is the fact that resilience is not a byproduct of crisis response. It is the result of deliberate system building before the crisis hits. And we discussed at length the importance of strong government leadership in this respect. The second is that inclusive recovery really depends on timely data, on unified registries, on including households that are not yet vulnerable but close to being vulnerable in these registries, on strong national systems, intra-institutional coordination, particularly in fragile and conflict-affected situations, and also the importance of understanding local context and designing innovative and effective solutions to build resilience based on this very specific local context understanding. And third, we also discussed, of course, the trade-offs between urgency and system strengthening. These are real, but there was a sense amongst the panel that these can be managed through smart design, sequencing, and good partnerships between government, MDBs, and humanitarian agencies. And specifically, we discussed the use of financial instruments that can allow us to support both the short-term crisis response and the longer-term development and resilience building. So overall, we had a really rich discussion, and I think we will continue in the days to come.
Couple of key takeaways, and I'm hoping I will cover all from each table. One is the stability, stability building on good practices, challenge of systemizing a good practice that has shown results, then taking good practices to scale, funding, matching not just the amount of funds, but matching the right investment with the right partner, because one partner can't sort of have that impact that is desired by the countries. That was another very important aspect that came out, especially with respect to inclusion. So the element of permanence was discussed quite a bit, the element of the risks and assumptions, the quality of theory of change, the upstreaming of the theory of change, developing theory of changes together in partnership with various donors. So again, to deepen the impact of learning from evaluations and the role that evaluation can actually play in helping countries improve their practices for deepening their impact. The complementarities of partnerships were discussed to quite an extent, and a lot of emphasis was placed with respect to the pre-diagnostic stage of a project, and that's where I think even donor partners could play a very important role to look at the gaps, and not only the gaps, but what works, what does not, what has not worked, lessons from evaluation, and what may not work, what are the risks that are associated with our interventions. All in all, I just feel it's not just a cafe, but a village that takes to deepen impact. And it was very clear the number of dimensions are many and complementarities are already there. We just need to build on them. Thank you.